Opposition leader Mrs. Kamla Prasad-Bissassa distances herself from highway protest action. Amalgamated Workers Union settles for government's 4% salary increase offer, and internationally bars across the UK face closure with rising energy bill. And now the news in detail. Health Minister Terence Dialsingh has been hospitalized with flu-like symptoms. Dialsingh was taken to the Eric Williams Medical Sciences Complex in Mount Hope last night and was transferred to the Arima General Hospital for further observation. A statement from the Ministry of Health said a diagnosis of COVID-19 was ruled out. Nonetheless, he is said to be in a stable condition. Meanwhile, Trade and Industry Minister Paula Gopi-Skoon has tested positive for COVID-19. She is said to be resting at home in isolation. Last month, the Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Rowley, caught the virus for a second time. And there were 2 new COVID-19 deaths, both fully vaccinated. The deaths were recorded in Tobago. In other news, opposition leader Mrs. Kamla Prasad-Bissassa has responded to the Prime Minister's comments, which alluded to her party's involvement in Monday's protest action, which was staged by scrap iron workers and which caused major traffic gridlock on the Solomon-Ho-Choi Highway. On Monday, Dr. Rowley made a Facebook post saying the UNC and union leaders were aiding metal thieves in shutting down the country. Well, according to Mrs. Prasad-Bissassa at last evening's UNC virtual forum, the Prime Minister has no clue on how to govern the country and has therefore resorted to the usual blame Kamla for everything. She further distanced her party from the act. The Amalgamated Workers Union has accepted government's 4% salary increase offer. The union signed off on collective agreements for the periods 2014-2016 and 2017-2019 yesterday. Several other unions, including the Prisons Officers Association and the Fire Services Association, have to date expressed their dissatisfaction over the offer and have refused to accept it, noting that they will continue to fight as the cost of living continues to increase. Meanwhile, the Public Services Association and the National Union of Government Federated Workers have joined forces to fight for WASA workers. The PSA represents the monthly paid workers and the NUGFW, the daily rated workers. The alliance will be called the Strategic WASA Alliance Team. They want the government to shelve its current transformation plan for WASA and engage in good faith negotiations with the unions on a restructuring plan.
The approvals are related to that. But even so, we did say that if we
internationally, bars across the UK will be forced to close and workers out of jobs due to energy costs soaring by as much as 300%. Leaders of 6 of the country's largest breweries have called for immediate government intervention on sky-high energy bills this winter. The landlord of one pub in Essex told the BBC that his energy costs had risen from about £13,000 a year to £35,000. Pub owner said the energy crisis would cause real and serious irreversible damage to the industry without support. In an open letter to the government, 6 pub and brewing groups called for urgent intervention, including a support package and a cap on the price of energy for businesses. Rocketing energy bills come at a time when the number of pubs in England and Wales is falling, hitting the lowest level on record in June. And that was the 12 o'clock news on the street 919 FM and online, Facebook and YouTube on IWER TV. Recapping the headlines. Health Minister Terence Dialsingh taken to hospital with flu-like symptoms. Trade and Industry Minister Paula Gopi-Skoon contracts COVID. Opposition leader Mrs. Kamla Prasad-Bissassa distances herself from highway protest action. Amalgamated Workers Union settles for government's 4% salary increase offer, and internationally bars across the UK face closure with rising energy bill. Do enjoy your afternoon and continue to be safe. I am Vanessa Thomas.